question here, what question here says is for us to look for what x stands for. So in order to look for what x stands for, let's start. 2, 5, 1 base x. When you change this number to base 10, 0, 1, 2. Now be 2 times x raised to the power 2 plus 5 times x raised to the power 1 plus 1 times x raised to the power 0, which will be 2x raised to the power 2 plus 5x plus 1. 1 times 1, because x raised to the power 0 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, now let's do the second one. 100 base 2 will be, we change it to base 10. 1 times 2 raised to the power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 1 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 0, which will be 2 times 2 is 4. So 1 times 4 is 4. 0 times anything is 0. 0 times anything is 0. So answer here is just 4 base 10. Now, what we have now, like this thing is, this is equals to this. Now, what we have now is the answer we get here equals to this one. 2x raised to the power 2 plus 5x plus 1 equals to 4. So this thing has become a quadratic equation. I will treat quadratic equation as a separate topic, so you can follow me then, but just listen here. So now we will treat this thing based on quadratic equation. And again, what we are trying to look for is for x. Value of x is what we are trying to look for. Now let's continue. We now have 2x raised to the power 2 plus 5x plus 1. We bring this one back to here to be minus 4 equals to 0. When you bring this thing here, the sign will change, which will become minus. Now we now have 2x raised to the power 2 plus 5x. 1 minus 4 will be minus 3 equals to 0. Now we'll continue. We now look for two numbers. If we multiply the two numbers, we'll get minus 3. But if we add the two numbers or subtract the two numbers, is either you add or subtract, will give us plus what? Plus 5. What are the two numbers? The two numbers are what? Okay, no, so from here now, first thing we do, we multiply the coefficient. We multiply the coefficient of x with this value, minus 3. If in quadratic equation, I'll treat it, okay? So in quadratic equation, I'll treat quadratic equation, multiply the coefficient of x with minus 3. So if we see 2 times minus 3, it will give us minus 6. So we now work with minus 6. We look for two numbers that if we multiply it, it will give us minus 6. If we multiply the two numbers, it will give us the minus 6. If we add or subtract it, we look for two numbers. If we multiply it, it will give us what? Minus 6. Or that is the same two numbers. So now, when we add it or subtract it, it will give us minus. It will give us plus 5. To give us what? Plus 5. What are the two numbers now? The two numbers now are. The two numbers are 6. 6 and minus 1. So if we say 6 times minus 1, it will give us minus 6. Then if we subtract it now, say 6 minus 1, it will give us the 5. So it is these two numbers we will make use of. So these two numbers now, we now use it and exchange the value of 5x. How do we do it? We now continue with what we have. Even though we use this to multiply, we will still leave our equation like that. We will not change it. We just enable us to get the answer. Plus, we will not put this thing again. We now use 6. We now say 6x This one is minus, now say minus 1x, which is just x minus 3 that is still there equals to 0. We now put them in bracket. 2x squared plus 6x close minus, open another one, this x, we now say plus 3 close equals to 0. We say plus 3, if we open it, we'll still get the same thing. This time this will give us this one, minus times plus will give us minus, then 3 to give us. So we will never change anything, Now after doing this thing like this, well, we now continue. Our work now is try to get the same number in the bracket. These two brackets are now fighting to get the same number there. So let me continue. Now I will now bring 2x out. 2x, and still put this one in bracket. What will remain here now is only x plus I brought 2. What will be remaining here is just 3. Okay. So that 2x times x will give us this back. 2x times 3 will give us this back, which is the same thing is already here, right? So we'll not tamper this one again. I have minus x plus 3. Close it equals to 0. Okay. Now, since we have succeeded in getting this thing, we'll now pick one of them as our answer. How do we do that? We'll now pick one. X plus 3, okay, and abandon this one. We open another bracket and put the numbers outside. The numbers outside is 2x minus, this is 1, minus 1. What this place means is minus 1, even though we did not write 1 there, but it means minus 1. Minus 1 equals to 0. So finally, we now say either x plus 3 equals to either x plus 3 equals to 0, okay, or 2x minus 1 equals to 0, which is x is equals to minus 3 when this thing goes the other side. So x equals to minus 3, or x from here equals to 1 all over 2. I just made x subject of formula here. Please, I have treated how to make subject of formula, so visit it for you to know what I've done here to get x equals to 1 over 2. Finally, the value of this x we are looking for now is equals to x is equals to minus 3 or plus or equals to 1 all over 2. That is the value which they are asking us. Please, I still beg you to subscribe, okay, on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. God bless.